They thought unleashing the universe's strongest beast would end the battle in seconds. Titans fled, warships retreated. Even the ground itself trembled like it wanted to crawl away. But one human cadet didn't run. He stepped forward, slow, steady, almost calm, like he was walking toward a sunrise instead of a creature that could swallow cities. Why? What did he know that the rest of the galaxy didn't? And why did the beast pause, as if it recognized him? This is where the story changes. If you're into cinematic hfyStories, wild twists, and humans doing the impossible, you're in the perfect place. Go ahead, tap like, hit subscribe, and share this with someone who loves sci-fi surprises. It helps more than you think, and it keeps these stories coming your way. The sky didn't just darken, it folded like someone tearing open a seam in reality. Out of that wound stepped the creature every species swore never existed. A living mountain of scaled armor, aurora-bright veins pulsing under its skin, each breath shaking dust from the bones of the fallen. Soldiers across the field froze. Some dropped weapons. Others whispered final prayers to gods they weren't sure listened. Command ships immediately pulled back, engines screaming. Even the alien elite, those who bragged about hunting star leviathans, stood paralyzed. No one wanted to be the first to move, because everyone knew one truth. The beast didn't attack fast. It observed first, chose, judged, then it roared. The shockwaves slammed across the battlefield, slicing through coms, cracking visors, flipping armored transports like toys. Panic rippled through the ranks. Retreat orders drowned in static. Whoever stayed behind would be erased. Simple as that. But in the dell of the chaos, while thousands scrambled for distance, one figure didn't run. A human cadet, no armor plates. No medals, just a training suit, dust-stained and torn at the knee. He stood completely still, eyes fixed on the monster as if he'd been waiting for it. And then, while everyone else fled, he started walking toward it. His name was Jiho Park, barely 18, barely trained, barely noticed by anyone until this moment. To most, he was just another academy face in a crowd of recruits, quiet, observant. The kind of cadet instructors forgot was in the room because he rarely spoke unless spoken to. But today, every eye locked onto him. Why would someone like him walk toward a creature that devoured warships whole? No one had an answer, not his squad, not his commanders, not even the alien officers who usually mocked human recruits for soft biology. Now those same officers watched him with wide, uneasy eyes. Jiho's steps were steady, deliberate, almost respectful. The beast loomed higher with every meter he closed, its shadow swallowing him bit by bit like a living eclipse. Any normal person would tremble. Jiho didn't. His heartbeat didn't spike. His breathing stayed calm, timed, almost synchronized with the creature's slow inhales. It was as if he recognized it, and stranger still, the beast lowered its head. The battlefield fell silent. Thousands who moments ago screamed in fear now stared in disbelief. A creature that carved craters with a swipe was now watching, studying him, responding. Something ancient was unfolding, something no one else understood. Long before humans joined the Galactic Accord, before they built jump drives or negotiated treaties, they carried something older, something buried so deep even they didn't know it existed. Jiho didn't know the full truth either, at least not consciously. But his body remembered, his instincts remembered, and the beast recognized those echoes the moment it saw him. Legends across alien cultures spoke of an extinct race known as the First Voices, beings who communicated not with words, but with resonance, heartbeat to heartbeat, presence to presence. Every species believed they vanished millions of years ago. What they never imagined was that humans weren't descendants. They were survivors. The creature's bioluminescent veins pulsed in a slow rhythm, matching Jiho's steps. This was no threat display, it was acknowledgement. A greeting between two beings linked by ancient memory. Across the com channels, hushed voices trembled. Why is it responding? Is he controlling it? No, it's recognizing him. Jiho stopped just meters from its colossal snout. His hand rose not in command, but in understanding. A quiet exchange passed between them, something deeper than language, something the battlefield could feel even if no one could explain it. The universe's strongest beast wasn't bowing to power. It was bowing to lineage. The moment Jiho's hand hovered near the creature's snout, the air itself shifted like the battlefield exhaled after holding its breath too long. The creature's massive pupils constricted, not in aggression, but focus, recognition sharpening into certainty. Something dormant inside Jiho stirred, a quiet thrum beneath his ribs that didn't feel like fear or adrenaline. It felt awakened. Then the ground lit up. Lines thin, radiant, ancient snaked outward from beneath Jiho's boots, stretching across the dust like glowing veins. Soldiers stumbled back, shields raised, unsure whether they were witnessing salvation or the start of a catastrophe. But the beast didn't attack. Instead, it lowered itself, fully knees sinking, claws folding, head bowing until its horned crown nearly touched the earth. Every alien commander watching knew what that gesture meant. It wasn't submission, it wasn't surrender. It was allegiance. Jiho didn't understand how he was doing any of this, but he didn't pull away. The hum in his chest grew stronger, syncing perfectly with the creature's breathing. For the first time, the galaxy saw a human not as fragile or reckless, but as something terrifyingly familiar to an ancient powerhouse species once believed extinct. A legend had just woken, and it answered to humanity. The battlefield, moments ago, a storm of panic, had settled into an eerie, reverent hush. Every camera drone hovered closer. Every commander leaned in. Every soldier, human or alien, watched with the same stunned expression. Because the universe's strongest beast wasn't roaring, attacking, or destroying, IT was waiting. For Jiho, he stepped forward, resting his hand against its massive horn. The glow beneath his skin pulsed brighter, spreading up his arm like starlight threading through veins. The creature responded with a low, almost melodic rumble that vibrated through the ground and into every chest nearby. Then, in a single motion, the beast rose towering immense, unstoppable, and positioned itself behind Jiho like a guardian taking formation. A ripple of fear swept through the opposing army. "Retreat, retreat now," their general screamed, but it was too late. Not because the beast attacked, but because they understood humanity wasn't weak. Humanity wasn't new. Humanity wasn't outmatched. They were the descendants of the first voices in ancient lineage, capable of commanding the universe's apex beings. Jiho didn't have to unleash the creature. He simply raised his hand, palm open. The message was clear: this war is over. Not by destruction, but by revelation. And the galaxy would never underestimate humans again.